Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm coming at you with a weekly rotation review. If you're interested and you want to know what I had worn all week, stay tuned. Let's do it. YouTube. Hello ladies and gentlemen, that is right. Today I'm here to talk about my weekly rotation. I've got some bangers in this list. Well, I think they're bangers. Monday I wanted to start the week off with something bright, zesty, uplifting, and I went with a fragrance from the House of Guerlain. You can pick this fragrance up at discounters for such a good price, and if you do see it at a discounter, grab it. It is Homme La Boisée. Let me turn it around the right way. This fragrance smells so good. And for a freshie, this thing lasts on my skin. You've got lime, vetiver, woodsy notes, grass, mint, geranium, rum and musk. This opens with this juicy lime. In comes this green nuance, aromatic touch. While this is going on, the vetiver starts creeping in, and then it turns woodsy. So it's green, aromatic, lime, woodsy. And the vetiver in this is not rough, rugged, smoky. It's a little bit earthy. And when I say a little bit, I mean only a little bit. And it's smooth. While this is going on, the mint and the rum are giving it this mojito vibe in the back, and it just adds a little bit of character to the fragrance. And man, this thing is fresh. This is a great spring and summer fragrance, but let me tell you something, people, this can be worn all year round. It has such a pleasing nature to it. Like when you spray it on, you're like, yeah, that smells good, I'm ready to go. It's just uplifting, fresh, clean, bright. It's got a bit of a classy edge to it, but also it gives me white t-shirt vibes. So you can wear this to the office. You can wear this if you're running chores, if you're going to the beach, if you're on holiday. You can wear this fragrance wherever you want all year round in my book. And like I say, for a freshie, this thing lasts. I get 7 hours out of it. 2 hours of moderate projection, and then as the hours go by, it does start to calm down, and it is a skin scent. It gets to a skin scent around the 4.5, 5 hour mark, and it stays like that for another couple of hours. It's worth the money. I think I paid £45 or £50 for this, and this is a 100 ml bottle. It is worth that money and some. It's smooth. It's just well blended. It's a Guerlain, and they do some fantastic fragrances. So that was Monday, and that is Homme La Boisée. Great fragrance. Tuesday, it was a little bit cooler, and I wore this fragrance, and I haven't worn it, I think, in a long time. And it used to be my favourite. It's come from the House of Tom Ford, and it is Black Orchid. This used to be my #1 fragrance. When I used to go out and I used to wear this, I used to get so much compliments. It is, in my book, a compliment getter. It's more of a going out fragrance. Like, I wouldn't wear this running chores. I always save this if I was going out for a meal, if I was going out to meet friends for a drink, if I was just going out in general or to a gathering, to a party, I would always rock Black Orchid. Yes, I think at first it was targeted for women, and then they decided, because fellas liked it as well, I believe they turned it as unisex. And I think it is unisex. I think it slightly leans on the feminine side a little bit. But let me tell you something, people, this fragrance smells great. I'm just going to spray it. Some of the notes are chocolate, patchouli, truffle, orchid, vanilla, incense, citruses, florals. It does open. It opens sweet. You get the truffle. It opens floral. You do get sort of subtle hints of citrus. I get the chocolate that's in this fragrance. It adds to the sweetness. It's got vanilla, so I do get vanillic touches. On the dry down, it turns a little bit woodsy. I'll get a little bit of an incensey touch on the late dry down once everything's calmed down. And this fragrance does have a little bit of a fruity side to it. I don't even need to smell the test strip. That one spray, I can smell it up here. This thing on my skin is a powerhouse. With the florals, that's why I think it leans a little bit more on the feminine side. Like I would say 60-40. That's my own personal opinion. 60% being feminine, 40% being, it's not quite masculine, but on the male side. It just smells so damn good. It ain't my number one anymore because since when I first started wearing this, I'm talking 8-9 years ago, maybe even longer, I started wearing this. I believe it come out in 2004 or 2006. I think I'm right with either one of them. But now, I couldn't even name my number one at the minute, I don't think. I love so many fragrances in my collection, I would find it hard. If someone turned around and said to me, which 10 would you keep for life? I might do a review on this. At the minute, I wouldn't even know. But anyway, Tuesday, I rocked this. Like I say, it was a little bit colder outside, and because I hadn't worn it in ages, I just rocked it. All day I could smell it. I put it on about 9 o'clock in the morning, and even in the afternoon, early evening, I could still smell it. And on clothes, this does linger for days. So that was Black Orchid from the house of Tom Ford. Love this fragrance, still to this day I do, but not my number one anymore. Wednesday, I went with a powerhouse of a fragrance, and I'm not even going to spray this because if I do, this is the only thing I'm going to smell for the rest of this review. It is coming from the house of Al Harmain. It is Amber Oud Gold Edition. This thing is a fruity powerhouse. This is their take, or Al Harmain's take, on Ebba Pura from Xerjoff. And it is so close. And this thing is a beast. You only need a couple of sprays of this and you are more than good to go. You've got bergamot, green notes, melon, sweet notes, pineapple, amber, musk, vanilla, woodsy notes. It opens with that melon, the pineapple sitting in the back, so it opens fruity. You do get the bergamot quickly up top. As the fragrance settles down, the vanilla comes out to play. This is a little bit musky, and on the late dry down, then woodsy notes. I do detect a woodsy nuance, but still at this stage, it is a fruit bomb. This is just, if you haven't tried this fragrance, try and get yourself a sample of it, because if you spray this on clothes, it's going to stay on there all week. I would not rock this in hotter days. Like, yes, it'd be great for spring and summer, all year round, this fragrance in my book. But if it's a blistering hot day outside, I think this would become too much. I don't even go near this with a barge pole in the dead of summer. I'll wait. If it's a cooler summer evening, you can rock this. Because when that breeze picks this scent up and someone gets a whiff of this, they're going to like it. There's no doubt about it. It is a people pleaser, but it's a powerhouse. So that is Wednesday. Thursday, I was looking at my Dior collection and I thought to myself, I haven't hardly touched none of you in ages. And it was a warmer day. So I went with Dior Homme Sport 2017. This is just such an easy wear. Versatile, people pleaser, aromatic, woody. Opens with this citrus bomb. Let me just spray it and then I'll read you the notes quickly and we'll go from there. Right, you've got citron, blood orange, grapefruit, pear, elemi resin, nutmeg, pink pepper, Haitian vetiver and sandalwood. So the citron, the blood orange and the grapefruit all blend in together and you just get this blast of citrus. The pear sort of adds this to on my skin. The pear adds this ever so slight fruity twist because that pear note really jumps off of my skin. I get the citruses are the dominant player, but that pear, I can definitely pick it up. and it turns a little bit aromatic, woodsy. The vetiver in this is clean. It does go earthy on my skin on the dry down. The sandalwood I don't get as much. The vetiver, out of them two woodsy notes, the vetiver is the main player to my nose and on my skin. It's a simple fragrance, but it's a sport fragrance. So it's just easy to wear. You can rock this to the gym, doing chores, if you're going shopping, if you're going out with your mates, you can wear this fragrance wherever. To the office, it's a very versatile, mass appealing, people pleasing fragrance. Easy on the nose, and this is great for hotter days. Like if you want something to wear on a very hot day in the summer, you can rock this fragrance. It's moderate projection and longevity. Like I get about a good hour of moderate projection, then it does die down as the hours go by. It's a skin scent about the 4-hour mark, and it stays a skin scent for another couple of hours, then it sort of just dissipates and goes. So it ain't a beast fragrance by any means, but it gets the job done. Like I say, people pleasing, very versatile. It just smells good. And that was Thursday, and that is Dior Homme Sport 2017. Friday, I went with a brand new fragrance in my collection. I've just done first impressions on it, and it's coming from the house of Maison Martin, and it is Avant L'Orage. This smells great. For what you can pick these fragrances up for, I know I've only tried 2 from the brand, but both of these have been blind buy successes. This smells very, very nice. You've got pink pepper, benzoin, jasmine sandalwood, musk, tonka bean, sandalwood and vanilla. And remember, I've only worn this for one day. I haven't given it proper wears yet. Look at the atomizers on these, look. Pressurized, and let me just show you. Oh, it does smell good. Let me just show you the artwork. Hang on. Look. I believe at normal price retail, you can pick these up for about £45–50. Sometimes you can pick them up for £40 on discounters. This is creamy, soft, spicy. Everything sort of, nothing, it ain't a harsh, rough, rugged fragrance. It's not delicate. It's kind of moderate. And the sandalwood and the vanilla, it all blends together, giving this fragrance this creamy sort of vibe. The jasmine sambac adds this floral touch, but adds some more sweetness to the fragrance. The pink pepper, you've got the benzoin, so it's a little bit balsamic, but only slightly. Like this fragrance is, like, this is not a screamer, but it ain't a wimp by any means. It just smells good. Like that creamy vibe that's going on. So it's creamy, vanillic, sweet, a little bit balsamic, soft, spicy, great smelling fragrance. These are 50 ml bottles, eau de parfum concentration, and I'm so glad to have this in my collection. I'm going to be diving deeper into the house of Maison Martin, because Lost in Translation and this one both smell fantastic to my nose. And that was Friday, and that is Maison Martin's, let me get this right, Avant L'Orage. Saturday, it was hot, and this fragrance just gives me holiday vibes. It really does. It's Soleil d'Italie from the house of Mancera. Great fragrance. Great longevity as well. This thing packs a punch with citruses when this opens up. Let me just spray this. Got the magnetic cap. 120 ml bottles, eau de parfum concentration, beautiful atomizers on these, look. Right, you've got bergamot, cardamom, pink pepper, orange, lime, mandarin orange, patchouli leaf musk, guaiac wood, vetiver, cedar, ambergris. You've got rose as well. This does have a floral side. When I first got this, I thought to myself, man, this leans a little bit feminine. But as I've come to appreciate florals more, to me, it's unisex. Like, this does open with a citrus blast, and then it starts turning floral. And if I didn't know that, I would think that there was more than rose in this fragrance when it comes to the floral side, because it does come across quite floral. Not heavy, but you can tell that there's florals in there. And like I say, I would have thought that there's more than rose in this fragrance. It does turn a little bit aromatic. It is woody. The ambergris adds this, not funk, but adds this sort of bit of a marine nature to the fragrance. It is just holiday in a bottle. Like if you're lounging by the beach, if you're on a sun lounge out and you're by a swimming pool and you've got a fruit cocktail in your hand, or you're just having a drink in general, the breeze is blowing and you're rocking this fragrance, people are going to pick this up and they're going to be like bloodhounds. They're going to be like, who is wearing that fragrance? Because that smells so goddamn good. And it does. And like I say, Saturday was hotter and I wanted something that was giving me them vibes, and I went with Sole Diatelli. And the longevity on this is bright, lively, uplifting. I get 7 to 8 hours out of this, and that is more than enough for a scent profile like this. Sunday come around and I wanted something laid back, chilled, clean, fresh. I went with a fragrance from the House of Aaron Terence Shoes, and it is called Carbon. This has such a relaxing, fresh quality to it. Like everything's sort of just laid back. Nothing jumps out too much, like as in the notes. Let me just spray it. You've got bergamot, white floral notes, amber, ylang ylang, radiant woods, heliotrope, vanilla, musk, clean skin accord, and ethical ambergris. This has a creamy nature to it. You get the white florals, the bergamot adds this soft freshness up top. The amber is adding this nice sweetness. The ylang ylang and the heliotrope, I think that's what's sort of giving this fragrance that creamy nuance. You do get soft musks, the clean skin accord. Everything's just laid back. You get the florals. It's just smooth, slightly sweet or semi-sweet. Everything's just, it's a chilled fragrance. And when you put this on with the body lotion, the Carbon body lotion, man, it radiates. This, I believe, is meant for layering or boosting fragrances. Like you put this on first and then you put your fragrance over the top, and it's meant to make that fragrance last longer. Wearing this on its own, it's just got that clean, relaxing vibe to it. And Sunday I wanted that, and I rocked Carbon. Great smelling fragrance. There is a lot from Aaron's house that when my 10 mls run out, over time I will be purchasing the 50 mls, and this is one of them, because I'm going to want to always put this in or have it in my collection. I've layered it a couple of times, but I like the fragrance on its own. I really do. Right, people, thank you for sticking with me. That was my weekly rotation. Some bangers in here. Well, to me, they're bangers. Let me know which ones you have tried out of my 7. Let me know which ones you haven't tried or you're interested in. Drop a comment down below. I will always get back to you. Sometimes it might be a day later, because sometimes the comments don't pop up straight away, or I don't get the notifications, and they're a little bit muddled up. Remember, people, smelling good's always a pleasure and never a chore. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for the support, and I will see you lot on the next one. Cheers.